All right, on my whistle, be safe out there, guys.
Welcome everybody to the 30th annual Carl Dolan Memorial Spring Classic that took place in Columbia, Maryland on Saturday, May 10th, 2025. This is a race that's brought to you by DC Velo. Thank you, DC Velo, so much for this incredible race. Just an incredible job. Look at this weather. The birds are chirping. The bouncy houses were perfect for the kids. Aero Bicycle was there to help with anything that you needed with your bicycle, as well as DJ Battle doing his thing over there on the mic and with all the beats. So we had a blast. The kids had a blast. Everyone that was out there was just enjoying that weather, being able to cheer on their loved ones. And again, there were 68 of us lined up for this race. This is the Cat 4-5 race that took place roughly around 12:40 p.m. So it was perfect. It wasn't an early race. It was right in the midday. The sun was hitting hard, I must say. I felt like my mouth was very dry and everything. But again, it was perfect. Beautiful weather. So right now for this race, I am with Team R1V Velo, and right in front we have Matt Hurahan. Now we actually have Ed right in front of me, buddy from Artemis. Shout out Ed. But Matt, that's right in front over there with his Trek bicycle, is third right now in the MABRA Road Series. So our work, or our focus for the team, was to make sure that Matt could do his very best. So we were going to work for Matt. There was 5 of us in this race, in the Cat 4-5 race, and here's a picture of us from left to right. We have Matt, myself, Jeff, and Trey, as well as Sam Brummett. Thank you, Sam, for taking some awesome pictures of us. What a great teammate. We also have from last year's Podium, from the Cat 3-4, Ernesto and Edwin, which we all 3 did as 3 Cordillera Cycling and R1V Velo, our Cat 3-4 race. So it was awesome. Great to see us be able to try to work hard for Matt this time. So let's see how everything happens. So this course is simple. It is basically an oval. There's one turn that is coming up very soon. There will be a downhill portion. So obviously people get nervous on it. It's going to be a hard right turn, or at least it's going to feel like it, maybe with the downhill portion of it. You're going into it fast. This was a fast race. While racing, it did not feel that fast. Maybe I was doing a great job at drafting, so that's a huge plus. Bravo to me. Looking at the data now and looking at the footage, holy cow, we were going really quick. Monica said multiple times, you guys were flying. That's awesome to hear. Again, I think taking the first turn, getting a feel for it with 68 people is fair. Wanted to make sure that I'm feeling it, taking it as best as possible. And here we are going downhill. Afterwards, there's going to be an uphill portion, plateau, steeper uphill, plateau to the finish line. And that's really going to be the first lap and how it is. It's tricky. This part is tricky because, again, here I'm going to have to tap on my brakes and lose a little bit of momentum. That doesn't seem like much, just losing 2-3 miles an hour. Oh, it makes a difference. Because guess what? Now I'm having to go and crank out 400, 500 watts to keep up with everyone and make sure that I'm there helping Matt, which right now I'm not. I am to the right of him. So these are the things that I'm trying to get better at, is positioning, which luckily in this race was easier because it was so wide, and it was so nice to have a wide road just because you feel safer. You're not as bunched up, even though you still bunch up. But it feels great to be just able to have more than just one lane of traffic to be able to race. So with that being said, we are finishing up our first lap and we are going fast. Our average, it seems like, and I'll tell you in one quick second because I found this new cool graph. So lap 1, we have finished in 5 minutes and 5 seconds, 225 watts average. 25 miles per hour was the average for that lap. So just to kind of give you an idea, racing in this race, we have a lot of friends. So I want to give a quick shout out right there to the right. We've got Phil from Good Fellas Cycling. I know we just recently saw Ed from Artemis, but we also have a lot of different racers as well, different teams that came out to this huge event. So another shout out to Tyrone, who's with Getting It In Cyclist, GII. Let me just break it down for everyone. For Artemis Racing, we have John Holt, Mark Perks, Roy Finnell, Darius Hartsfield, Ed, Nolan Sands. Baltimore Youth Cycling, we have Nolan Sands, Ryder Newell. Base Camp Explorer Team, Damon Gunther. Bike Doctor, we have Daryl Burnett. For DC Velo Limited, which I guess is different from DC Velo Racing, so Julian Carter and Bibak Manzuri. For DMV Caribbeans, we actually had a lot of racers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy cow. We had Amel Mendez, Mario Hu, Sherlock Suhang, Shane Farrell, Darnell Urenia, Jeremy Mathurin, Clevin Chester, Paul Eno. Sorry if I'm butchering everyone's name. My apologies on that. Equip Racing, we have Jackson Hedler and Kwame Edwards. And we have some other ones. Hilius, I just saw you. I believe you were on the left side of the video. You might be actually up front now because you were doing an awesome job, Hilius. And we have for Fed Health Cycling, Anthony with the orange and gray kit. For GII Cyclists, we have Trent Langley, Tony West, Nathaniel Humphreys, Tyrone Spady, Anthony Trueheart. Goodfellas, I already said, Phil Kofer. For Jefferson Velo. Jefferson Velo is actually leading. I don't know exactly who it is, but I know there's one person from Jefferson Velo who is leading the series. So for that team, they had 3, Austin Hazlett, Chris Mead, Shane Besecker. We also had for Meta, Eddie Gilman, Zachary Cook. National Capital Velo Club, we had Trey Howard, Joseph McHugh. For Face Cycling, Darren, I see you right in front, right there, with the bluish kit, white and blue kit. Let's see who else we have. We have a lot of people that are unattached to teams. Luke Bradish, Joshua Slager, Thomas Cooney, Brian Rim, James Frost, Ed Wedon, David Roos, Kishimaru, Jeremy Canfield, Rudy Angelon, Hiroto Orlandella. I think that's everyone. Annapolis Bicycles Club, John Tyrell. And I definitely think I got absolutely everyone. So, again, 68 people that I just ran through. I took advantage of this to ride my momentum going up the hill and going all the way left, reaching up to my buddy Trey from Route 1 Velo. And right here, I try to sneak up in front of him to help him with some aerodynamics. How much is that? Not really sure. But I know I'm going hard and cranking out 400 plus watts, almost 500 watts, going 21 miles an hour in a 4%, 3% grade now. Again, this doesn't seem too long, and it actually flattens out here to 2% because we are almost to the top. And there goes Jefferson Racing. There goes the Baltimore Youth Cycling Team, just flying by me. But here I am just cruising. They are not that far. I feel confident. We've got strong people behind me. I know a lot of these cyclists that are very, very strong. And there you go. There they keep going. I put in a lot of energy. Again, my power to weight ratio is not the best right now. It's really because of the weight. Trying to look like some of you guys out there, Phil, for example, again, that are in great shape. I need to lose some of those pounds. We've got Jeff over there. We got Trey, Anthony, scoots in right in front of me. So my whole plan, and really the whole team's plan, was to stick together, try to do the best with doing attacks throughout the race, like I did right there in that first uphill portion going into lap 3. It was one of those where I just, why not ride the momentum, and hey, maybe I won't have to pedal as hard. I won't have to tap on the brakes and lose momentum. So let's just go for it. See what happens. It wasn't a attack, I would say. Let's go. Let's reach Trey, especially when I went up there and I saw him. I'm like, well, let me scoot in front of him to help him out with aerodynamics and everything. So that was what I did. I was happy to see that in this portion, for the most part, I was able to regain my breath, take a breather. So you can see 200 watts. Most of the time I'm doing 100 watts, cruising, lowering down my heart rate. So I am loving this. And I'm following Anthony, that I know is strong, from Fed Hill Cycling. I got Trey right next to me. I know that Jeff is right next to him. So we are good. We're feeling strong. We were talking to each other, which was super important to this race. Compared to other races where we've tried to do things, I think what made it best for us for R1V Velo was actually having a leader, knowing, hey, we are helping Matt. All of us, we are going to do our best, whatever it is. We really didn't know, but we are going to sacrifice ourselves for Matt. And I'll talk more about that later on as the race progresses and everything. But Sam's feeling good. Jeff's feeling good. Trey's feeling good. Matt's looking good. I was feeling way better than I was from Wednesday in Greenbelt when I had a complete debacle where my legs were just not there. They were gone. They were hurting. And that was that. So I was a little bit worried coming into this race. I made sure I rested. And everything, but when it's race day, you just never know. Sometimes things happen. You prepare as best as you can, and you go out there and perform, and I don't like to give up. You've always heard me saying that. I don't like to give up. I give it 100%, whatever my body gives me that day. Unfortunately, at 17 minutes almost exactly, my back camera goes out. I don't know why. Ever since the Poolsville race, in the gravel section, my camera went out. I don't know if it got damaged. I don't know if it's the battery. I need to try to find the other battery for this old Series 4 GoPro. I think now they're like in 13, and this is a 4, the one that I have in the back. But this is exactly what we're doing. I'm saying, great job, Trey. We're riding this momentum. We've got a train going, and look, I'm up there. I'm just going as hard as I can, 500 plus watts, 552, and I'm reaching them. I'm telling them, we're good. I'm feeling good. Monica, thank you for cheering me on over there to the right as she's walking the course. I'm just telling you, everybody, let's go nice and steady. I don't see anyone attacking. There's no need for me to waste any more energy in this uphill portion when I know later on it's going to flatten out. And no one's really attacked in that section, and it's still early in the race. It is just roughly 15 minutes in, so we're good. I'm feeling it being up front at 320 watts, and yeah, we are going 21 miles an hour, 22 miles an hour. At this point, I wish the camera could show, because again, I'm not going to try to push it right now. I want to make sure that I'm looking back and making sure that my team's there. They are. Okay, let's keep going. And we will figure it out from there. I say it again right there. There's still a lot of racing left. Let's see what happens. Let's just make sure we are in the right position in case there's any attacks. We can be there. We can do counterattacks. We can do whatever we need to do, because there's 5 of us. Let's try to be smart about this. Let's conserve energy. And see how this race keeps playing out now that we are in lap 4. We start lapping people, other cyclists in the race. So you'll hear people yelling out, racers to the right, racers to the right, just making sure that no one has an accident, just isn't paying attention, and all of a sudden you have someone right in front of you that's a lap behind. See, this part, it didn't feel like it was really uphill, but I do recall feeling like, oh, hey, my breathing is a little bit heavier. My legs are feeling a little bit, like effort being put. Never realized that it was a 2% gradient. Again, I know it's minimal, but looking at the footage and everything, that's why we're going 21 miles an hour. And as the laps keep going on, you're going to see it. Look, we're 24, 25 miles an hour. The draft is awesome. I'm not really feeling it. I'm feeling good. And in a way, in my mind, I was thinking like, this feels like a really relaxed ride. It doesn't feel like we're racing. But again, when I would hit the front, I felt like I'm putting down some effort. I'm putting down numbers to be up here. And everyone behind me looks very chilled, very relaxed. And again, that's the beauty of drafting. So 432 over there in the right corner from NCVC, I know did a lot of attacks throughout the race. I don't know if I'll be able to catch them all and everything, because he was really attacking and doing a good job at pushing the field, pushing the limits on all those things. I always like to give a heads up, especially because it's a downhill portion. We're going to come up to the right turn. Again, if it just wakes up a person, makes them aware that, hey, that right turn is coming up, and prevents an accident, great. That's what I want. It's crazy to see how much speed we would gain in this and how long this corner was to the actual finish line. It was long. It sometimes felt like it was short, but then you have the uphill portion, the little plateau, the second kicker, and then that longer plateau. So I was measuring this, just really trying to be smart about it, remember it for as the laps go on, where I may need to stand up, where maybe the best position is in this. Is it the right-hand side? Is it more the middle? Is it the left-hand side? All of those things, just trying to be aware of it, keep that information for myself for especially that last lap that I knew it was going to most likely come down to the to this final part, this final uphill, and most likely the second kicker, because it's longer than everyone thinks, and it gets to you with that 4%, 3% change. So So right there, I don't know how much you can hear of the conversation, but that was Jeff and I talking. Now he's to my left-hand side. Jeff in Poolsville did an incredible job. He stayed with the lead group, stayed in great position, worked his tail off, and he was doing exactly the same thing right here in this race. In that conversation, he said, hey, I can guarantee you that I can get us there in the last corner in first place. That's how good he was feeling and how confident he was in his ability to get us to that point. I believed it. There was no doubt in my mind, just because he proved that in Poolsville, which is a very, very hard race. And again, he did an excellent job in positioning and everything. So, especially in a race like Poolsville, that's hard to move up, but very easy to move back. So those are the things that I'm just calculating, and I wish I would have done a better job at looking at the lap cards, because I think if I would have seen that we had 3 laps left, 2 laps left, I would have gone harder in some areas to try to break up this group, because 68 of us, and it felt like this peloton, this lead group, was easily 30 plus people. A lot of people, why not tire them out? Who's gonna be deserving of being in that lead group? I wanted to be part of it and see who else wanted to be part of it. I didn't want to just have an easy ride and let's have a final sprint, because it's going to be harder for Matt and for everyone else in our team. So again, we've got the numbers. Let's see what we can do and everything. So Jeff was able to talk about that and give us his plan. I will get you to that final corner in the last lap. Got it, Jeff. So I'm making sure that I am behind Jeff and whoever else is behind him, but we are following the Jeff train. In one occasion of this, and I want to point out, Phil tells me to close the gap, and that's something that I try to always remember. Thank you again, Phil, for reminding me. Ed as well. My teammates during the Scorcher and other practice runs that we have throughout the week and weekend, it's that I sometimes feel like, hey, I'm close enough. Oh no, I am not close enough. I got to be like an inch from that wheel, and I'm leaving a gap of like 2 feet, and I think it's close enough, and it's not. So I know Helios yelled at me for that as well. It's things like that that's I try to remind myself, but in that moment, it's like I'm there. Hey, you can definitely do better in that, David. So things for me to always remember, and I appreciate racers helping out with that and saying it in a nice way, especially when we're racing, not screaming at it or yelling to put more stress because of everything we had. And here comes Sam. Sam just looking so strong. I'm getting a perfect draft from Sam. I don't know how good of a job I do it because I am way smaller than Sam. If you look at us side by side, I feel like Sam has easily a foot on me. But Sam's right there with Trey. We are all together. At least 3 of us were always together. I felt like we could have done maybe a better job in communication, because it's hard to look back when you are in a peloton. It's scary because if you try to look over a shoulder, you start drifting towards one side. So that's exactly what I wish we would have done more, is I'm with you, Sam. I'm with you, David. I'm with you, Trey. We should have told that to Matt, so we wouldn't have to look back and all I had to hear is Matt's voice and I know Matt's there. I could go harder. I don't need to look back constantly and see what's going on and things like that, especially when there's so many of us side to side to side. And again, look at Jeff, look at Trey, look at Sam. We are all there up in the front area. prepared for an attack. If we want to do an attack, see what is going on and everything like that. So these are the things that we did. What I feel like a great step forward for the team, because we don't talk much about this. We try to do it, and this has been the best performance that we've had as a team. Chris Jones came up to us after the race and just talked to us and said, "You guys looked awesome out there," and it feels great when our CAD 1s and 2s come out and say that to us. Right here, I pass to the left because I feel the momentum, and I actually tap Sam, I tap Trey, and I say, "Hey, I'm going to go. If you want to come with me, come with me." I believe Trey comes with me on this. I start looking back, again, because this time I don't have anyone to worry about in front of me. So I'm looking back to see what's going on in the field and everything. I'm cranking out 400 watts. And I'm only going 26, 25 miles an hour. I feel tired all of a sudden, and I'm noticing I didn't build that much of a gap, and I tell Trey, "Hey, shut it down." He keeps going. Great for him. He wants to do a counter, keep going. Perfect. Awesome. I was more tired than I thought. I thought I was going faster. Again, when you are there by yourself, it's just a different world. Jeff, perfectly placed right there. I know Sam at this point because I remember looking back when I was trying to slide in. Sam is right there behind me, doing a great job of just conserving energy and just being aware of the situations. And if he needs to move to the left to move up, he moves left. If he needs to move right, he moves right. Sam was doing a great job moving around in the field and being close to us. All of us were, the 5 of us. So, again, trying to work better as a team. You can see that in the last lap, definitely the watts had been improving. We were putting in more watts. 251 watts was the average for me in that last one. Miles per hour, I think it was the same, 25 miles an hour. It was hard to go. There was Monica taking some cool videos for us. And look at Jeff just like powering on. Just like, "Hey, I've got this. Just come behind me." Cool. Awesome. We're all there. Again, a little bit better communication. And there it is. I'm with you, Jeff. Just so he knows, you're not doing this effort just for nothing. I'm there with you. Let's see what happens. Maybe we build a gap, and maybe it's the 2 of us working out, and holy cow, we win the race with a huge gap. But look at the power that he puts in. Look at that gap that he builds on me. And I'm trying to chase him down to get the draft benefits from him. 33 miles an hour. But he is just a complete locomotive. Just powering down all of these watts. And there goes NCVC again. I told you, he did a lot of attacks throughout the race, throughout all parts of the course as well. Props to him. He burned a lot of matches. Did a great job. I do recall that I believe it's in, it might have not happened in this lap. It might have happened a little bit earlier. There was unfortunately an accident because it widens up over here, and there's that little island right there that you call with that tree. People didn't see it. They opened up too wide, thinking that it was super open, and unfortunately they hit that curve, and I don't know if it was 1 or 2 people that got hit, but Daryl hope it was nothing big, and that you recover quickly and nothing happened to your bike either, man. I know that's probably sometimes our number one worry, but can't think about that right now. Mostly your health. That's the most important thing. Here, I'm kind of upset with myself just because a lot of people passed me right there. I felt like I was going pretty fast. Look, 26, 25 miles an hour. I'm scared thinking that, holy cow, am I going to have the legs to finish with the lead group? I don't want to not finish with the group. I want to be there to help Matt and help out the rest of my team get in front. So luckily, again, people stopped pedaling. This area was very notorious for that. Like, hey, we're cruising. We are letting the momentum take us at 25, 23, 22 miles an hour. And it's all bunched up again. Okay, cool. I feel good, but I don't like that I don't have a clear area to be able to move up. It doesn't seem that easy anymore. I am boxed in. So I don't like that I'm not behind a teammate. I'm not behind Jeff over there to the left-hand side. I remember hearing Sam, and he was more towards the middle of the pack over here. So it was not easy at all for me to move over to the left-hand side either. But another attack happens, and you can see it up the road a little bit. And people, again, start noticing this because it is getting closer to the end of the race. It is a 40-minute race, and we are at minute 31 right now, almost minute 32. We have a rider up, so we all got to push towards the left-hand side. But the pace is definitely picking up. You feel the antsiness of everyone preparing for attacks and ready to put down power. So again, you have a lot of cyclists. You hear the woo from Monica cheering us on. Tyrone right to the left of me. Tyrone in Route 1 Rampage. Again, I'm putting 500 watts and he passes by me doing probably like 600, 700 watts. Looks like he just walks by me. Makes it look so easy. I never like being so close to the right-hand side because of the curve and because of these little things where you think it opens up wide and then all of a sudden, hey, surprise, there's a curve, there's an island. So it's scary, and I'm not being smart about this. I am wasting energy. Being upper middle pack and not conserving energy, putting close to 300 watts. And look, now the second that I go into behind DMB Caribbeans, yes, we're going to downhill portion and stuff, but I did go down in watts, maybe like 60 watts and stuff like that. So, again, it's easier said than done. You know what you're supposed to do, but it's hard when you're racing. Sometimes you forget because of the moment, because of everything that's happening. You're watching on your right, you're watching on your left, you're making sure you stay on the line so you don't cause an accident, you piss people off, you get yelled at, all of those things. I know. It's things that happen. I got yelled at easily twice and got yelled at nicely just because, again, you start to look back on your left shoulder and guess what? You start drifting to the right because you're trying to correct, and then you might like turn it real quick because you get scared and nervous, and again, that's when wheels touch, things happen. You just got to be cautious about that. Always be alert. Always be alert. I'm hating that I'm touching the brakes here. Again, losing speed, losing momentum. Look at Jeff. That's Sam up there, I believe. Look at Trey. Just everyone working so efficiently. Just look at Sam. Look at Jeff. Like, I remember being close. It seems far away here, but trust me, we're close. And Sam is breathing easily. I'm huffing and puffing. I'm trying to be smart when I stand up, when not to stand up, all those things. But everyone in our team is looking very strong. I remember looking at the watch and saying, oh, this most likely will be our last lap. And I do not like the position I am in. Because, and let's see if this is the last lap. Yep. It's the last lap. I don't like the position that we're in because now we are towards the back of the group. And the whole time we were up front, but let's not panic. We feel good. But look at this. We're going 30 miles an hour, where before we were going 22 miles an hour. Look, we're going 31, 32 miles an hour. We need to move up. Luckily, this lap or these laps are longer. But look, we've got the train. Jeff is up there. Trey, Sam, myself, and Matt is behind me. So we are doing an excellent, excellent job of just being together. Sam loses the wheel of Trey. It's fine. There is no panic in him. And look, easily takes us over there. Now I do a bad job. I lose Sam's wheel, but I don't panic either because I see Sam not panicking or anything. All right, let me try to reach Sam. Oh, guess what? The left side is open. Let me go ahead and take advantage and use this draft. And I'm going to burn up a match or use a lot of energy to try to gap this and go and follow this group that has attacked. Because I want to be with Jeff, because guess who's up there is Jeff. I don't want to chase down my teammate, but at the same time, Jeff made a promise, and I know he's going to keep that promise. So behind me is Matt and Sam, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to help them get as close to Jeff, because Jeff is going to get us to that first corner. Now again, I'm not panicked here because we're good. People up front are trying to reach our teammates. Hey, they're burning energy. Why am I going to go out there and burn this energy to just chase my teammates and have these guys chase them? If Jeff wins, awesome. If Trey wins, great. I mean, they're up there. They're doing a great job. They're doing exactly what they need to do. I'm there with a chase group that is not too far ahead, and let them do the work. That's why we have the numbers. You can hear me huffing and puffing. I put in a lot of energy. I put in a lot of power. Again, I could do a better job at getting closer to these guys. And now we start the descent, and people know that it's best to be up front in this turn because you'll be able to take it faster. And look who's up front. Number one, Jeff is. Just like he promised. Person to the right braked a little bit, got into my lane. It's all good. But here I'm making sure that I am doing what I can to reach Jeff because Jeff is still pounding on the pedals. Trey is up there as well. I have Matt and Sam behind me. So again, I am making sure that I'm putting down, leaving everything I can as close to that finish line for Matt. I've got Anthony right next to me. I know I'm in good position. Why? Because Anthony is strong, and we have another few strong people over there that we are starting to drop. We're starting to catch. This is the issue of like, okay, am I following the correct wheel? Do I have a space to reach out in case there's attacks and stuff and I can move out? And that's exactly what I see. And Matt notices the danger, gets out of my draft, and starts working. Unfortunately, he couldn't get past these guys that died. And here, look at this. The island got in the way. They had to shift over to my lane. I had to stop a little bit to move to the right-hand side to be safe. I didn't want to just throw my bike to the right-hand side and cause an accident and get involved in it. But here it is. Matt's up there. That's what mattered. I'm putting down. I don't know what to do. Let me go to the right-hand side, crank it out, see if I can get some more places since I'm so close and it feels like Matt's just right there. And we're good. There we go. We pass over. Super, super excited because Matt gets the podium. He gets 4th place. Congratulations to him. And now he moves to 2nd place in the MABRA Road Series. So can't wait to help him with the next race and hopefully gain some ground into that first place and pass. So thank you everyone for watching. Let me know what you think about it. I'm trying my best, trying to do what I can to make these videos better. And honestly, I just want people to enjoy racing. Be safe, have fun. That's my number one priority when I go out there and race. Have fun and be safe. That's what I want everyone to do. If you've ever thought about racing, again, I highly recommend Greenbelt that has just started. We are going to be doing our week 2 soon. So again, it's oval shaped, only one turn. It's every Wednesday night, May and June. So keep posted in our R1V Velo. Great job, team. Great job, Jeff, Sam, Trey, Matt, myself. Super pumped because at this point somewhere, Chris joins us and tells us how great of a job we did. We're super pumped, excited, and yeah, on to the next one. Please let me know what you think. Thank you, everybody.